My name is Michael Quas. I am an instructor here at St. Ambrose, where I teach history and earth science. And I've been here since 2013. Before that, in fact, currently I'm at the University of Wisconsin, Madison, where I'm working on a PhD in American history, on the history of corruption and conspiracy in Wisconsin. And I was offered the directorship of this summer academic skills workshop program. And at first I wasn't, I thought I would contribute a little bit, some ideas and some thoughts, but the more I learned about it, the more I got into it, the more excited I became about it, but at the same time, I became a little bit more intimidated about it as well, because it's a very large field. So what I want to do is to talk about this idea of non-cognitive academic skills, which David introduced us to right from the get-go. And I want to define our terms right away, because I think it's kind of an intimidating term. And these are academic skills. So these are the skills that students have that are an important contributor to academic success, that nevertheless can't be measured by academic examinations or IQ tests. So these are skills that really don't have much to do with intelligence or even knowledge, for that matter. So the question is what are they? Danny, could you hit the next slide, please? Next one, please. There are 5 that I wanted to talk about this evening. The first are academic behaviors. These are the behaviors that basically make or define a good student. So someone who is on time, someone who completes their assignments, someone who participates, someone who isn't disruptive. Someone that from a teacher's perspective is a joy to have in class. The second non-cognitive skill is what we might refer to as perseverance, or grit, tenacity. So staying focused in the presence of distractions and obstacles, being able to accomplish a long-term goal, such as graduating from St. Ambrose or completing a PhD or building a school. The third thing that we will focus on are called academic mindsets. This is basically having a positive attitude in the sense of, I belong here. I define myself as a student, as a St. Ambrose student or a Memorial High School student. But in either case, I think of myself as a student, and I think that I can accomplish great things. I can be a good student. Fourthly, are learning strategies. And these are some of the things like how to take notes in a textbook, how to listen and take notes during a lecture, how to ask questions in a classroom, as well as various mnemonic devices. And then finally, there are social skills, such as cooperation and empathy. So these are sort of the broad, general, non-cognitive skills that we want to foster during our academic workshop. So what I'd like to do this evening is to talk about, first, why it is that we're doing this and why we think it's important. Secondly, what your children and what you students will gain from this workshop. Thirdly, what a day in the summer will look like at the workshop. And finally, we'll open it up to questions and answers. So the first question is, the first theme is, why are we doing this and why do we think it's important? So Danny, could you go back, instead of going down, could you go up? Yeah, thank you. So I have a quote here from a Jesuit historian of education by the name of John Donahue. And he had written a history of Jesuit education, much of which we utilize here at St. Ambrose Academy. And I think this quote pretty much encapsulates what we're trying to do, not only during the summer program, but what we're going to try and foster during the subsequent school years. And he writes, "The learning product sought is genuine growth which is conceived in terms of abiding habits and skills. Habits are generated not simply by understanding facts or procedures, but mastery which makes them one's own and at hand for ready use. Mastery is the product of continual intellectual effort and exercise. But fruitful effort of this sort is impossible without adequate motivation and a human milieu." Well, to put it another way, we are doing this because we recognize in all of our students great potential. But we also have observed, as all teachers observe, that not all the students have learned the skills and habits to fulfill that potential. So in short, if the model for St. Ambrose's classical education curriculum is teach them to think, our motto for our summer program is teach them to learn. Now, naturally, we do our very best as teachers, as educators here at St. Ambrose to instill these attributes, these skills, these habits in students during the school year. The difficulty, of course, is that once the school year begins, students are often way too busy to master them. And this is why a summer program, we feel, is just ideal. So it is at this point that I'd like to introduce my colleague, Olivia, to speak, and someone, by the way, who was able to master these skills and therefore give us, I think, a great perspective on why they are so crucial today.